All right, man. So start it off by telling them who you are and what you do.
So my name is RHE. That stands for Reflect, Heal, Elevate. You know, my first whole full name really is Tyree. So, yeah, what I do, what I'm really focused on right now is really helping my community and in the area of health and wellness. There's just a lot of misinformation going on right now in today's world, and there's a lot of how can I say? There's a lot of things out here to like really knock us off of our own health and wellness. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like without your health and wellness, you can't really tap into who you really are anyway. So, you know, I feel like that's really important.
So talk to me about the health and wellness. When did you start that journey? You know, from me knowing you, I know you've always been in shape, but when did you start the actual health and wellness journey to match that?
So like, you know, in college, you know, I pretty much ate anything. You know what I'm saying? I would, you know what I'm saying, anything. You know what I'm saying? We would tear up Little Caesars on the regular. We would tear up Taco Bell on the regular. You know what I'm saying? You know, it pretty much, you know, it's college days, you know what I'm saying, ramen noodles, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We tear up whatever we got our hands on. And then the year after college, I think I went a little crazier, you know what I'm saying? Just like not really caring how I ate. But then the year after that, I started tapping into veganism. Just to make a long story short, I had a coworker who was a vegan, and I was looking at her and she didn't look like she really like skipped no meals like that. So I was like, you don't eat chicken? And I'm living in Georgia, you know what I'm saying? I'm living in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? That's like the chicken capital, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, you really don't eat, and you from Atlanta. Like, I'm like, you don't eat chicken? She like, nah, you know, gave that up and everything. So shout out to D, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so she inspired me to first start off with veganism. When I did it the first time, it was like, I did it the wrong way. So I mean, like there's a real like fine line between just eating just like no animal product versus eating for nutrition. You know what I'm saying? So first time it was like, you know, I'm just trying to eat no animal products. So I'm eating French fries on the daily. And then I also I haven't really thought out budget-wise how I'm gonna make this work. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just eating, again, whatever I can get my hands on, just as long as it's not animal product. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Lay's chips, French fries, donuts, you know what I'm saying? If they ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? Just anything that doesn't have animal product in it. And then like a year after that, I think I don't know what mental state I was in. For some reason I started just eating everything again. And then shortly after I made that decision, like this is all like a little timeline, it all kind of strings together. But shortly after I made that decision to just like be like whatever, I had linked up with this lady who got me into doing like competing, like body competition, like almost like bodybuilding. And I was in the men's physique lane. And so with men's physique, I don't mean to get off topic, but like with men's physique, like, you know what I'm saying, you don't really have to worry too much about your legs. You just gotta make sure you have a body, like, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, with doing that whole thing, it was like, I really like started to see like there's a healthy way to do this, and then there's an unhealthy way to do this as well. And so she kind of had me in the middle, you know what I'm saying? I still like took certain supplements that, you know what I'm saying, looking back now, you know, it's a lot of synthetic properties in that. And so at the time, you know, I'm just doing whatever, I'm just being a student to it, you know what I'm saying? Just going with whatever she said. Well, she gave some really good direction. I just, you know, when you're in it, you can kind of see the holes in it sometimes, you know, a little bit clearer than somebody else who is just trying to just like teach you what they know, because all they're operating is off of what they know. You know what I'm saying? You may see it from a different angle. So I'm just doing everything she says, and then I get on stage and like leading up to us like doing the competition. I think that last week, all I could eat was like avocados, like 3 avocados a day, right? Which, I mean, honestly, that's not the bad part, you know what I'm saying? I think the bad part that really was a factor of that is that I was also taking water pills. to like almost dehydrate my body a little bit, because like the whole purpose of like men's physique is you want to like see the definition of your muscles, right? So like if there's water in the way holding on to fat, you know what I'm saying, or like not even holding on to fat, but like water mixed with fat, you know what I'm saying, sitting on top of your muscles, it makes it less defined. So you just trying to be skin and muscle when you're on stage, pretty much. So, but that leads to a lot of people being dehydrated. You know what I'm saying? That leads to, if you have an excess of muscle and you're dehydrated, your heart is working so hard for you to just even be alive. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I found out on the back end. But, you know, like throughout that week, I just remember like being super nauseous while I'm trying to do it. I still got to work out twice a day. And so when I got through with that whole thing, I ended up like finishing second in the men's physique competition, which was cool because it was my first show. And who actually won the whole thing, like he was already a pro, you know what I'm saying? Like this was a show, I guess he was just trying to get his last little like check mark on, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? I still don't really know how all that really goes right now, because I only did one show. But I do plan to go back to it at some point. But at the end of all of that, throughout that process, I was eating like chicken and fish, and mainly fish during that time, but was doing some chicken too. And so then during that process too, and like right before I had stopped being vegan, I came across Dr. Sebi. And so Dr. Sebi, man, he turned me on to a lot of different ideas, man, that just like I never thought about, you know what I'm saying? Like all we know is like soul food growing up, you know what I'm saying? And what we see, you know what I'm saying? The tacos, the Little Caesars, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all we really know. So when he talking about, you know what I'm saying, these wheat products, you know what I'm saying, and these dairy products, this cause inflammation and this and that. And like I've been told that this stuff is good for you. Wheat bread, that's supposed to be good. You know what I'm saying? Dairy, that's strong bones. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I know. You know, but he challenged all of that. And so then I took him up on his challenge, you know what I'm saying? He has a list, you know, where it's like the alkaline foods list. So I tried for a week. After I got done with my competition, I tried his alkaline list for a week. Bro, when I tell you, I never felt that light before. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I might have been losing weight low key, but but I don't think that was it, because I've lost weight and still felt heavy. You know what I'm saying? Felt like, you know, groggy, felt like, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm talking about every day I wake up, I feel light. Like I feel like I'm walking on air. You know what I'm saying? Like after doing that. And what I was realizing, it was like my body was getting the fuel it needed to heal itself of different things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might be like manifesting a disease and it just hasn't shown itself on the outside yet. You know what I'm saying? That happens. That's what a lot of us, like we all got parasites in us. You know what I'm saying? It's actually necessary to do parasitic cleanses and stuff like that. But you know, doing that whole thing, bro, that whole diet for a week, I was just like, yeah, this like plant-based thing is powerful. And so, yeah, man, from there, I think I tried to be vegan. So at that time, I think I was trying to be vegan, but I was like, I'ma just definitely stick with fish. You know what I'm saying? And then, but nothing else though, just fish. You know what I'm saying? If I get some eggs here and there, you know, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? If I got a little dairy and whatever, I'll do that. But so I was on that path for about 6 years. And then last March, which makes it now probably, I don't know if you want me to timestamp it like that, but you know what I'm saying, last March, that makes it now like almost 2 years. So about 1 3/4 years. I just said I'm just doing no animal product, you know what I'm saying? And I've been doing it from a different place than when I first did it back in 2017. You know what I'm saying? Like now the place I'm doing it from is actually eating for nutrition. And before I was just avoiding animal product. You know what I'm saying?
So when it comes down, so you started the health and wellness journey, you went into veganism, and then talk about the Seamoss journey, where you are now, and then talk about how you got here. And also when it comes down to the Seamoss journey, talk about how that segued you into personal training.
Okay, so really the Seamoss didn't really segue me into personal training, but what even put me on to the Seamoss was Dr. Sebi. So how to connect all this? So the girl who I said was my coworker, she that was when I first started getting into personal training. Really, when I moved to Georgia, when I got out of college, I said I wanted to start like training basketball for like kids, and like people that wanted to play basketball. That was my focus, and I wanted to do music. But as time went on, like, you know what I'm saying, God had different plans, right? So like, I just felt like I needed to like train the average person, you know what I'm saying? And so that kind of was revealed to me, or even introduced to me, like when I started working at LA Fitness in Atlanta in 2017. And so I worked there for about a year. And then it was just like, I always either kept a client or somebody always inquired, you know what I'm saying? It never left me, you know what I'm saying? And so I guess, when I started working at Planet Fitness, like I said, girl put me on to the veganism stuff. And then through all that, came across Dr. Sebi. And if you come across Dr. Sebi, ain't no way you ain't gonna not know nothing about Seamoss. You know what I'm saying? That's something he preaches about. So, yeah, I knew about Seamoss for a long time. I didn't even really know how to get my hands on it for real, like how to make it, you know, so how to like have the raw ingredients. I didn't know how to get my hands on it. Every now and then I would come across like, oh, this Seamoss gel over here, or this product has Seamoss in it. But I didn't really know how to consistently get my hands on it for real. And so one day, shout out to Homeland Village in Macon, Georgia. They had like a pack of dry Seamoss hanging up. And I was like, this is probably about a year and a half ago or so, 2 years maybe. Yeah, they just had it sitting up, and so I was like, let me get my hands on that. And so I took it home and, prepared it the way I saw online how to prepare it. And it came out pretty good. But then I also like realized that there was like ways you could use it like in different dishes too, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I let one of my friends like taste one of the concoctions I put together with Seamoss, you know what I'm saying? I had some Seamoss gel. And they was like, yo, you should sell this. And so I was like, I never really seen myself as like, a vendor.
A Seamoss salesman.
You know what I'm saying? Like, never saw that on my path. But bro, like, when God got something planned for you, you know what I'm saying? I'm careful with how I say that too, because I feel like God puts in you what you want, you know what I'm saying? Or, God puts things in you and you tap in and you can figure out what it is that really resonates with you, what you really align with, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I asked one guy, the same guy who bought the original like pack of Seamoss from, you know what I'm saying? He had a shop called Homeland Village, still up and running. And I was just like, can I sell Seamoss gel here? He was like, yeah. Like, it wasn't really it wasn't no real, like, you know what I'm saying, a whole lot of red tape. It was just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just wanted to make sure my ingredients were clean, and you know what I'm saying, there was a little process with that. But he was like, yeah. And so he was going out of town. He went to Africa for about a few weeks, maybe a month. So while he was gone, I was at the crib chilling, scratching my chin like, I wonder if somebody else will say yes that quick. And so I hit up Yvonne's Natural Market off of Forsyth Road and in Macon, Georgia. I asked her, and she actually had somebody in there selling Seamoss already. But she said, sure, why not? Because one thing I realized is if people are selling Seamoss, if you're a store and you're selling Seamoss and you're not making the Seamoss, you low-key want more than one person supplying you. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody could fall off, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, I see that happen all the time, especially like with independent businesses. Like, when they like reach out to other people in the community to provide certain things. Some people just aren't consistent, or as consistent as the demand needs too. So Yeah, man, that's what ended up happening. So I'm at Yvonne's Natural Market. I'm at Homeland Village, and I'm, you know what I'm saying, just trying to spread awareness about the Seamoss that I make, you know what I'm saying, but also just the fact that, you know, I'm not even the only person out here providing it. You just need to tap in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Seamoss is like how can I say, a gateway to learning and understanding like these superfoods out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Seamoss can do so much for you. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the only thing like that. Like sea vegetables in general, like people don't tap in really like know what comes from sea vegetables, like how they can really like help your health overall, like in totality, holistically. You know what I'm saying? Like sea moss, I'm gonna just give you like a few things about it. Like it's heavy in iodine, so if you have any problems with your thyroid, you know what I'm saying, you have hypothyroidism, sea moss is definitely gonna help you. You're gonna feel that immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have hyperthyroidism, sea moss is actually not the way to go though. You know what I'm saying? Because your thyroid is actually overactive, and sea moss will help regulate it, but it's gonna like activate it. And you don't need something, if you got hyperthyroidism, you don't need something overactivating your thyroid. And so yeah, so if you have problems with weight loss, sea moss will help with that. If you have problems with high blood pressure, sea moss will help with that. If you have problems with IBS, sea moss will help with that. If you have problems with arthritis, sea moss will help with that. A lot of commonalities of the last 3 diseases that I said, they all deal with inflammation. So if you understand what sea moss is really doing, it's helping to bring down the inflammation in your body. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, sea moss is not the only thing out there that's doing that.
Okay. So when it comes down to it, man, talk to the people when it comes down to a gym of the day.
You said a gym of the day? A gym. Tap in. That's all it is. Like, you know, where to find me? Well, hold on. When I say tap in, what I mean is, you know what I'm saying, see the God in yourself. Understand who God is. God is a creator. You are a creator. You have to find that God in yourself. And you have to realize that it's not only in you, but it's actually in everybody. And once you operate from that place of love, I really feel like you can like create whatever reality that you want, honestly. And some people do it unintentionally. I feel like you did it unintentionally, bro. Cause like when I look at you, you move, and I just like spending the day with you today, just seeing how you move around the city, bro. Like you just being yourself, but you know yourself. You also know your weaknesses, you know what I'm saying? And you're genuine about that to yourself. And that's where it all starts. It starts with yourself. So yeah, where to find me though? You can find me right now on Facebook is where I'm really driving people to connect with me, because I'm really building a health and wellness community on Facebook. And yeah, you know, any information that you want with that, you can definitely reach out to me on Facebook. You can reach out to me on Instagram as well. So Facebook, you can reach out to me at Tyree Turner, and that's TAIRHE. And then my last name is Turner, TURNER. If you're on Instagram, I prefer you to tap in with my Seamoss page, which is called RHE, at RHE. So it's at RHE MOSS, RHE. I have delicious sea moss, by the way. You funny as hell. This is Tyree Turner, and this is your brand, your store.